Okay, I've been looking around here. The only thing I can find that's kind of screwy is this missing attic wall here. That's one thing. And then also, I think there's a gable here. Yeah, right there with missing trim. That, I showed you in the prior video. I think you could make sure that the moldings are unlocked. Moldings layer. Moldings. Okay. It's on and it's unlocked. Might have to do it in a elevation camera. I had to select that molding line. I'm having a little trouble getting it. Let's do the attic walls first. It's over here. And there's apparently no attic wall there. I'm going to go to plan, and let's see. That's first big gable, and then must be this one here. Let me take a look at this in another camera. Dollhouse. I don't see it. May not. Okay. I think it's supposed to be right here, and it's just missing. Let's see. There's a gable there, and a dormer. There's a dormer, and there's a gable. So it ought to be right in there. And turn the grid off. There. I had a reference display on, looking for where that wall might be. Let me zoom back so I can get some sort of idea of dimension. Okay, it's about right over the apex of this gable here. And I'm looking this way, so it must be right here. Right there. See, there's no wall there. So let's put a wall there. There's the edge of the roof plane right there. And there's it should be right underneath this roof plane here. And there's just there's nothing there. We'll just draw something there. And let's put a siding wall in there. I'm going to move in and just move it just outside that particular edge, and we'll go back to the camera and see if it's showing up. It's still not showing up. I must not have it drawn in exactly right. Let's see if I can see it underneath there. I don't see it. So I'm just going to take this wall and move it a little bit. I just need it to show up, get it to show up some. It's not showing up at all. And the edge of this roof plane's kind of messed up. Move it over here. Well, it's just stubbornly not showing up. I'll pull this roof plane back just slightly. I made the facial look better. I'm going to move that just outboard a little bit more. Yeah, let's zoom back. There's where that ridge comes together right there. I think part of the problem is this one that's supposed to be folding under it isn't folding under it. I'm going to put it under there 12 inches. And then move this wall just to the other side of it. We'll see what that looks like. Okay, that's, nah, still not good. I brought the fascia back by just fiddling with the edge. The fascia that was missing. Well, that's annoying. Well, I drew that wall there. Let me program it to be an attic wall. No room to find. Where's the attic wall thingamabobber? There it is. That's what it's supposed to look like, but it's just not showing up, or it's being cut off by another roof plane or something. Okay, it's showing up now. Yeah, there's the wall there. I'm going to adjust it a little bit. See if I can get that molding. No, for some reason I'm just having no luck adjusting moldings. That looks like a wall that's sticking to, yeah, okay. Don't want that up there. Sticking through the roof. Okay, I'm going to close this camera view and go to an elevation camera. See if we can't totally clean this up. Okay. Yeah, okay, see it sticking through the roof there? So adjust that down. I finally got the wall to show up. It was a little bit harder, a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Now this molding profile, see I got it selected there. I'm going to pull this little tab out. And then grab this end and extend the molding. Okay, see what that does? I'm going to extend that back down to about there. And then tilt this edge up until it's parallel with the roof. Now this selected line here, I'm going to open the dialog box on it and turn the molding on. It's turned off. Okay, well, we probably looks like we now need to extend that. But now it's extendable. And these moldings like this are just kind of twitchy. And they're kind of nice, but they're also kind of a hassle. I'll grab that in and control key it back up there. It was off angle a little bit. And this looks a little funny because I'm in a elevation camera view. I'm going to check it again in an overview camera. Any two-dimensional work that you do in an elevation camera, you should always check in an isometric camera. Yeah, okay. I extended that molding way down in there. Didn't need to. But that's cleaned up. Now the only thing left that I see, I tried to find that spot you were talking about. Oh, there it is. Okay, we'll take a closer look at that. I'm going to fix the molding in an elevation camera. I'll wait for that to put together. And we'll zoom in. I'm going to do this just like I did the other one. I'm going to click on it, select it, and I want to zoom in and find that little, yeah, see that little 90-degree gadget? I'm going to extend that. I found that it just makes it easier. If you do it zoomed out, you're liable to grab the wrong corner, and then it'll go. Then the molding will go all over hell and gone, and it's hard to fix. Drag it up there like that. That should extend the. Yeah, that's pretty good. And just like I did on the other one, I'm going to left click on the end of this, hit the control key, so I can, so I can be free of angle snaps, and line that up. There's still no molding on it, so I have to open that dialog of that line segment and turn the molding on. That looks better. I'm going to extend that just a little bit more so it disappears and there's no gap there. Okay. Now we'll see what we can do with that, with your other complaint. I believe if I get my nice full camera like that at kind of an angle, I should be able to see what you were showing in your image. There's that molding I just fixed, but it didn't completely close the gap. I'm going to click on this wall here and open its dialog box. And I'm going to check the edit toolbar. Okay, it looks like it's in alignment with the wall below because there's no indication here that it's out of alignment. I said I would check that. See, in an elevation camera, you don't see this gap. I'm going to open the roof plane dialog for that roof plane and see if there's anything funny going on with it, settings wise. Box eaves, that's fine. Default overhang, that's common as dirt. Roof layers, sheathing, soffits. I'm just looking for any settings that might be causing that gap there. I've never had to handle that before, so I'm really having to look from scratch. Mark is edited. I'm going to check your framing and see what the framing's set to. Where's the framing tab? There it is. Okay. I wonder if you actually intend to have 2x8 studs. That's what it is set to. And your studs are, well, the same height as the face. Well, okay, that should work okay. I didn't think that was causing the problem, but I thought I'd check it. There's no problem here. I don't give you some funny ideas about that. I'm just looking for things that are out of place. Or a setting that might be causing that. Retain, no, that all looks all right. Two, 9 1/4. Yeah, that looks nice stretched out like that. I think well, rather than change them all, I'm just going to click on that molding if I can. In this, they're kind of hard to get except in an elevation camera. I'm going to hold that camera open and go back to an elevation camera. I just thought of something that might help. Might look goofy too. We'll see. Okay. I thought maybe if we took this molding here, open the dialog. You got to set here for 2 inches. Let's set it to 3 inches and see what that does. You're not gonna see any change in an elevation camera, but we'll go back to this. I closed the gap a little bit, but that's kind of a workaround. Now this edge here, this roof, might be causing some problems. Let me just drag that over and see what it does. Wait for the things to catch up. No, that didn't do anything. I'm going to do it one more time, which may be a little bit too much. I don't think that's helping. I'm going to drag it over one more time. If I drag it over too far, it'll chop into the wall and cause all kinds of trouble. But I wanted to see if I could close that gap by doing that. It's not doing that. I closed it, put it even closer. I think I'll go back to the elevation camera and I'm going to set this to. Probably don't think of that as much of a fix. Let's set it to. I'm just going to cover up that gap with the molding on this one area. Okay, that worked. And I don't think anybody would notice that too much. You'd have to really. This is set to 2 inches and this is set to 4 inches. Now, from your image, I'd say that I'd solved your problem. Now, in terms of this junk here not lining up, if you want that to line up, that's kind of difficult because this is the same material, I think. Let's see. Sable brown. What's this? Sable brown. Yeah. So just like what Dennis was saying, it's the same material. What you could do, now it's lining up pretty good considering the geometry. You're not going to get a perfect match, but you can take this wall here and see, it's got this material on it on the outside. You could go to plan material. And let's see, that was, what was the name of that? Just brown something or other. I don't see it. It must have some other name first. Okay, it's brown, sable brown. That's what I'm looking. It's not under the B's. It would have been at the S's. Okay, I'll wait for the computer to finish playing with itself. We'll try that again. That's sable, so I get the S key, and there it is there. You got 2 instances of it in here. I'm going to copy this instance, sable brown knot, copy, and I'm going to set that as the material for this wall. Let it computer catch up with itself. Okay, now we got sable brown copy in there. Now that I have 2 materials there that have the same appearance but different names, I can adjust one and the other one will stay put. But like I say, it lines up here, but it doesn't line up here. I don't think it's going to be very easy to. So you'd use this material adjustment tool to adjust the copy, and then you could make the texture here, change the scale. And then in this case, I think you want to change the Y scale. Let's see, Y scale. Oh yeah, change that to a taller figure. Click OK. Here you can stretch this new material around, and it'll stretch and change relative to the other material that we started by naming it. So that actually made it worse. So let's go over here to the texture and move that down to 22. It was at 28. 33 made it worse. That's in inches, by the way. I suppose it could be in centimeters if you're using metric. Okay, that changed the orientation a little bit. And also, once you get the relationship about right, then you can change the offset. I'm going to lower it 6 inches. Whoops, it's not a minus sign. In other words, you can change one material relative to another, but moving it up and down with these X and Y position input boxes. Okay, I think we need to move that. I'll click on it again. Move it down a couple more inches and see what that does. You just have to be patient to do this sort of thing. You can do it if it really needs doing. Cheap Architect's flexible enough where you can, and it gives you the tools to do that. Okay, that lines up pretty well. It's not perfect. I wasn't going for perfect, but it is closer. You see that? And I did that by creating a copy and then adjusting the copy. You can change the scale of the texture, and then you can also change the offset of the texture. And it gives you quite a bit of control over a custom material. So I think that's about it. I hope this helps you out. And I think you've done a really good job on the house. Well done. And this is just part of learning the software. It's all the little funny nuances that you have to go through to get a product. Thank you.